What's up guys, it's Zach and welcome back to AnimeRaid. Today we're going to be talking about a brand new anime airing this winter 2021 season from Studio Cloverworks, Horimiya. Warning, there may be some small spoilers from episodes 1 through 3, even though I don't really think anything I talk about is spoilers, it's more background information. But if you want to go into the show completely blind, go watch and then come back and watch the video. Okay, let's get started. Let me preface this video by saying I absolutely love romance and rom-com anime. It's one of those genres that'll go and get me to read the manga if the story is unfinished and I really like the show, and that's saying something. I've read some manga that I absolutely love, including Siren, but that's primarily because it never got an anime adaptation, and it probably never will. Even if it's a show I absolutely love, if I have to go and read the manga to finish it, I'm usually not inclined to do so. However, on separate occasions, I've broken this pattern when it comes to romance, rom-com, and harem anime. I don't know why I'm inclined to go and finish the story, but it probably has something to do with making sure that the couple gets together or that the MC chooses the girl I think's the best in the harem or something of that sort. Even if the couple doesn't get together, I just want to know the fate of the two primary characters, be it good or bad. I'm an absolute sucker for these kinds of shows that make you go and read the manga, such as Nisekoi, My Little Monster, and The World God Only Knows. However, in this case, I'm breaking my usual philosophy and watching Horimiya as it airs. I was first introduced to Horimiya a couple months ago while browsing through my anime list. Almost immediately after finding out about the show, one of my friends who primarily reads manga over anime told me that he finds it to be one of the best romantic comedy manga he has ever read. Needless to say, I was intrigued. I decided to go and take a look at who was directing the show, and it turns out it's Masashi Ishihama. The only show of note for me that Ishihama has really worked on and directed is Shinsekai Yori from the New World, which I immensely enjoyed a few years back. However, I must say after the first 3 episodes of Horimiya, I'm definitely a fan. For those of you who do not know what Horimiya is about, I'll give you some quick background information. Our first lead character is Kyoko Hori, a pretty academically successful high school student who everybody loves, and she appears to be a basic anime trope on the surface. However, outside of school, she is vastly different, and she doesn't care about her looks or anything of the sort. Rather, she is very busy with household chores such as cooking, cleaning, and looking after her little brother Sota because her mom is very busy and spends a large amount of time away from home. Because of her motherly duties, Hori has very little time to socialize outside of school and basically acts like a stay-at-home mom. Our second character is Izumi Miyamura, who appears to be a lonely, gloomy otaku and is basically a loner at school. However, much like Hori, Miyamura's appearance is vastly different outside of school, and he's basically a romantic comedy anime version of Uta from Tokyo Ghoul. Miyamura has numerous tattoos around his torso and shoulders and has piercings on his ears and lip. The assumptions around him are pretty spot on because he is gloomy and lonely, but he is super kind and is in no way an otaku. Our 2 main characters, Hori and Miyamura, whose names combined are the show's title, only know each other from what they see at school. But because of a random event outside of school brings them together, they both see each other in a completely different way from their usual assumptions at school. Our 2 main characters begin to bond and begin to develop a friendly relationship with one another. By friendly, I mean spending a significant amount of time at Hori's house with their hidden personalities on full display. Overall, I think the show is a pretty fun concept. I do believe that everybody has a hidden side that they don't want anybody else to see, and if you believe that you don't, you're honestly lying to yourself. I am definitely a victim of doing this, and I'm sure many people will be able to relate to this aspect of the show. Now, there are many layers to the show that go far beyond the surface level description that I gave. There are many characters other than Hori and Miyamura who are going to play a huge role in how the story plays out the rest of the season. 2 such characters are Toru Ishikawa and Remi Ayasaki. At the beginning of the story, it's very clear that Toru has a crush on Hori, and he is concerned by Miyamura's recent entry into the picture. Toru thinks that there is something going on between Hori and Miyamura, but Miyamura explains the situation to him and how he and Hori became acquainted. He even goes on to tell Toru that he believes that Hori is just acting nice to him and doesn't believe she sees their friendship as anything more than a secondary relationship. Ouch. Feeling revitalized by this news, Toru decides to display some kahunas and profess his love to Hori. Unfortunately for him, however, he's rejected. The bigger issue here, though, is that Toru decided to tell Hori that Miyamura thinks she is just being nice to him. Yeah, I'm no expert, but I don't think that was a good move. Hori confronts Miyamura about this, and she is very angry and saddened that he believes this. This, of course, begins to show us that this relationship will likely go far beyond what either of them expect, especially since Hori is obviously attached to Miyamura in some capacity. Our friendly neighborhood snitch Toru will definitely be important in the story going forward, but in which way? I can't say for sure. Our next character is Remi Ayasaki, who also has a stake in this weird friendship, love thing going on. Remi, who is part of the student council, has developed a crush on Miyamura throughout the first 3 episodes and directly confronts Hori about her relationship with Miyamura, asking questions like, "Are you dating?" and things of that nature. Hori again shows her attachment to Miyamura by stating that she is not dating Miyamura, but she will not let Remy have him. If that doesn't show that Hori is in love with this guy, I don't know what will. At this point, Hori is probably very conflicted on what her actual feelings for Miyamura are. Does she just enjoy spending time with him because it allows her to showcase her true self? Does she actually love him? Or is it a combination of the two? Much like Hori, Miyamura also shows that he is very conflicted with this entire situation. You see, despite his actual appearance now, Miyamura was bullied throughout much of his childhood. Because of this, Miyamura clearly has trust issues with certain people, and this is probably one of the reasons why he believed Hori was just being nice to him. I think that Miyamura is going to grow out of these trust issues, especially since he's got people like Hori and Toru now accepting him for who he is. Out of the two, I think Miyamura is going to have a much more difficult time coming to terms with his feelings for Hori, largely because in order to be in a relationship, you have to learn to trust people, which he doesn't really know how to do yet. I like Miyamura though, so I'm hoping he figures this out. Outside of the relationship between Hori and Miyamura, there's another relationship that I'm enjoying seeing flourish just as much, and that's Toru's and Miyamura's. You would think after being rejected by Hori and seeing her slowly but surely fall in love with Miyamura, that Toru would want nothing to do with him at all. However, this doesn't appear to be the case, or at least I hope he has good motives. Toru still likes Hori, but for some reason he begins to develop a relationship with Miyamura, and I don't really know why, but he just does. Miyamura, on the other hand, also starts opening up to Toru, telling him about his tattoos and his piercings. Maybe Toru starts to understand that Miyamura is very different than what he appears to be on the surface and wants to learn more about him, or maybe he wants to better understand why Hori is falling in love for this mysterious guy. Or maybe, which I'm hoping is not the case, he is going to sabotage Miyamura. I don't think that's the case, but I don't want it to be the case. I truly believe that Toru is just trying to be a genuine friend. I enjoy the banter between these two characters, and Toru is pretty clearly going to lose out to Miyamura, and I do think he is going to become Miyamura's right-hand man in this situation. Toru is set up to be the loser, but I do think he's going to be important to Miyamura's character development going forward. Other than these opinions, I'm not really sure where the show's going to go. I doubt the story is going to be completed in 13 episodes, so I'm either going to have to go and read the manga, or wait for a second season. I totally could see the story playing out the way I wanted to, with Hori and Miyamura getting together and living happily ever after, but I could also see it playing out not so nicely and seeing them go their separate ways after high school ends. This is the reason why I find it so difficult to watch romance anime week by week, because I don't have the answers at my fingertips. Regardless, I am definitely enjoying Horimiya, and I'm going to continue watching it as it airs. The show has likable characters, good comedy, and good animation, and I'm definitely intrigued to see how the story plays out going forward. I'll have to bite my tongue and wait for answers, but I think it'll be worth it in this case. Thank you so much for watching my initial thoughts and reactions video to Horimiya episodes 1 through 3. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more anime content moving forward. Also, in the comments below, please let me know what you think of Horimiya so far, and if you are waiting to watch it or are watching it weekly with me. Or let me know if you aren't watching it, because that's an option too. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep rating that anime, and I hope to see you in my future videos. Take care, one love.